CEO and founder of
Yes.
ManeStream. How crazy is that, man?
You know, it is crazy. It is
Wait,
crazy.
wait, wait. Let me tell you this though. I was looking at, you've been on what, like Fox 29, Good Day Philadelphia, Channel 6 ABC News, Courier Post, Channel 12 Television, Channel 3 Eyewitness News. And I saw one thing on there. You said it's like the Uber for beauty. Right, so I want to get into exactly what the app does and how you're impacting the entire world with this and where you're taking it. But I actually took an Uber here, man.
Yeah. Uber here. I took an Uber to my office.
All right, so how crazy is this, man? You have an incredible story. I've known you for, I guess, maybe over 10, 15 years, man. And I seen you grind it up. Like, and it looks like you just put your skin in the game. So I guess we could start by, what exactly is the story behind the CEO and founder of ManeStream?
Sure. So, I've always been a big believer in hard work. And, I actually, when I started, I didn't come from much, coming from a single parent home, didn't have the financial support. I started working when I was 12 years old. But starting work at that young age, it really taught me what I didn't want to do. And it taught me how important it was for me to be as successful as I possibly can be and put my 150% forward at all times. And when I had an opportunity to go into corporate America, I was with Philly.com for 7 years, but when my first interview with the chief operating officer there, and I asked him at the end of the interview, he says, do you have any questions for me? And I said, well, I did some research on your background. I see you didn't come from much. How did you make it to the chief operating officer at the largest media company in Philadelphia? And he says, you know what I did, Santos? He said, I outworked every person that was beside me, in front of me, below me. It didn't matter. I would look at my boss. I would see and analyze how they work, and I would work 10 times harder. And I told myself I would take their position. And I left there. I was like, wow. And you know what? For 7 years straight, that's exactly what I did at Philly.com. I worked my butt off so hard. I got promoted 9 times in 7 years. And it taught me this work ethic that was just absolutely incredible.
So you're saying that your driving force, and this is absolutely incredible for all aspiring entrepreneurs, right? You got to put that work in, right?
Yes.
And there's no shortcut around it. But I like what you said when you said, you came up with pretty much nothing, right? And you made the decision. You say, you know what? I may not know what I'm going to do, but I know what I'm not going to do. All right. So after that, you got promoted, 9 times?
9 times.
Right. And where was the last promotion? Where did the last promotion at Philly.com lead you?
So my last promotion, I was running the entire national division of advertising. I was responsible for like $15 million in advertising revenue on a national level. And I had an opportunity to stay there. At that point, I was 7 years in. I felt like I was comfortable, but I didn't like that I was comfortable. Because once you get comfortable, that can get shooken up really fast. Of course, you're in a position you don't want to be. So I told myself, I said, you know what? I'm going to shake my life up before it gets shaken up. So I said, I'm going to leave Philly.com and I'm going to go to New York, because I heard, New Yorkers worked hard. They were fast to move, and it was a new challenge for me. So I went to Manhattan to run a company called Tech Media Network. And they brought me in to help grow the company from doing $40 million a year to $80 million a year. I was able to do that. First of all, I was scared to death. It's funny. My little brother, at the time, he was 13 years old. Mm-hmm. I was leaving the city of Philadelphia to go to New York, and I couldn't make up. I knew I wanted to do it, but I was scared. I was nervous. Anything you do in life, if you're not scared or nervous to do it, you shouldn't do it. But I called my little brother, I think he was 12 or 13 at the time, and I said, hey, Devin, I'm thinking about making this move to New York. I'm leaving this cushy job that's paying me 6 figures. I got this, I got that, everything I ever wanted. And I'm about to leave it on my own. And he goes, just do it. I hung up the phone, went to Staples, signed the agreement, scanned it, and sent it over to Tech Media Network. Next thing I knew, I had an apartment in Manhattan, and I made that move. It was the best thing that I ever did, because in 12 months, I turned that company around, and they got acquired. They got acquired by a company called Perch for hundreds of millions of dollars. but I didn't cash out. I didn't get the big check. The CEO, he got, 20 million, whatever it may be. The COO got, 30 million, whatever it may be. But Santos didn't get anything. I got a little money. That woke me up. And I said, wait, I'm good at what I do and I work hard, but something has to change. That showed me that these companies can grow and be built and be sold. And I started to learn how that worked. So I said, you know what, I need to do this myself. All of this assets, the incredible asset that I bring to these organizations and help them grow over millions and millions of dollars, why not I do it for my own type of company? So that's when I started to thinking and how do I make that transition to a full entrepreneur, which again is scary. But again, if you're not scared to death of what you're going to do and leap into, it's not worth doing. So after that, about a year and a half went by. I was working for another company called Digital First Media. Again, turned the company around, did incredible. But at the same time, I was looking. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what was going to be my next big venture, but I knew it was going to have to change an entire industry and change the consumer behavior because I needed it to be big. I didn't want to do something that was small that could just be in Philadelphia. I wanted to do something that had an opportunity to be $1 billion company.
So how did you come up with out of all the things you could have created, and it is an incredible idea. I see that you do. I thought it was actually only hair.
No,
that's what I thought, and I thought it was only in Philadelphia.
It was hair, but we grew it out. We built it as a company that can scale, that can grow like an Amazon or eBay, where anyone in the country or the world can sign up. So we said, well, let's not limit ourselves to hair, because people that are spending money on hair also do massages and also want makeup and also want fitness. So now it's hair, nails, makeup, massage directly to your home, office, or hotel in as little as 45 minutes, all through an app.
Yeah, that's crazy. Was you the first cut? Like, how did you think that, was there a problem, or did you notice a problem amongst your friends, or?
Yes, I noticed a problem amongst my friends. I was at a birthday party, and anytime I'm in a room, I've always been this way. If I'm in a room with people who are successful or smart or great at their craft, whatever it may be, I don't care if it's selling hot dogs. If they're the best hot dog seller in the world, I'm the best. Just like I told to the CEO of Philly.com and the Inquirer, I said, how did you get here, right? So I'm sitting in a room, and it was about 15 beauty professionals that are all at the top of their game, very successful. They have the big houses and the nice cars and beautiful families. And they're the most sought-after beauty professionals I've ever experienced. So we're sitting there, and I said, well, guys, you guys are successful. You guys are what everyone wants to aspire to be in that beauty professional sector. How did you guys get there, and what's next for the industry? So they're like, oh, well, what I typically do is I work in a salon really to brand myself, clients, but where I make most of my money is I go into people's homes. They come into the salon, I meet them, but they all say, oh, I wish you could do this at my home. I wish you could, touch my hair and do my hair, give me a blowout, or give me, my makeup at home. So I said, interesting.
Santos.
So then being, so once I heard the opportunity, started digging in more. These beauty professionals, when they work in a salon, they typically only make 40% of what they bring in. So if I could solve two problems, clients, they want this service at home. Providers, beauty professionals are getting underpaid in the salon. And then I asked them, this is what I said. I said, what if I could build a piece of technology that allowed your clients to actually book you through an app to come into their home?
In the same room with the 15 people, you said that.
And they looked at me and they said, holy crap, are you serious? And I went to work. Left and went to work. I went right to work. I was lucky enough to have in my circle some incredible business partners, smart-minded people that have done this in the past, made a couple conversations, made a couple phone calls, did my due diligence first, understood what I was trying to potentially accomplish, talked to the right people, and in 1 week, we were funded. We were funded with $100,000 in 1 week.
And did you go back to those 15 people and let them know?
Yeah. And some of them are actually on the team now. and part of what we're doing. And it's been incredible, you know.
So who is was there a moment at, I believe every entrepreneur has that moment where, you know, you get an idea. We all have great ideas, right? But there's typically a point where you have an idea, you start implementing it, and you say, wow, this is, I know in the room with those 15 people, a light bulb went off, but as you built the technology for it, was there a point where you say, wow, this might be a little bit bigger than what I originally expected?
I'm going to tell you exactly when that moment was. Started building the technology, had the website built for nothing, you know, all bare bones stuff, bare bones logo, bare bones website, conserving every dollar we could possibly conserve. Started interviewing providers, beauty professionals, come in and get them excited about the technology wasn't built, but we knew that what we were building was a supply and demand. So I needed to have the supply before the demand came, because if people were starting to try to use the platform and there were no beauty professionals, we would go out of business before we started. So before the technology was built, before the website was even done, I started interviewing beauty professionals. I don't come from a beauty background. I don't know nothing about it. So I'm researching and I'm learning and I'm diving in.
I love it.
4 or 5 in the morning, I got 2 computers in front of me. I remember my little brother came over one day. It was like 12 o'clock at night. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm going to build this company. 2 computers in front of me. My eyes are beet red. I can barely see anymore. My contacts are all dry. I'm tired. I'm worn out because I was still working a full-time job from 8 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night. But I was still starting to build the foundation of the company. But that moment that you were talking about came when it was like the 5th beauty professional I came in. I started telling her about what we were doing, and she started to cry.
Wow.
I said, first of all, I never do good. I grew up with sisters. You start crying, I leave the room. That's just who I just got. Hold on, let's calm down. So I'm like, wait, I'm in this room and this lady's across from me. She's crying, and I'm like, well, man, why are you crying? She's like, because I've been doing hair and makeup for 15 years, and I've always felt like I've been taken advantage of by these salons. They take 60% of my profits. They charge me for products. They don't give me health insurance. They don't do this. I can't work my own schedule. She was like, you get it. She was like, you are going to help me create my own brand, my own identity, allow me to make more money at my own schedule using technology. And she's just like, this is what I've always hoped for. And I was like, if I can touch as many beauty professionals as possible and get this message across in the masses, we're on to something potentially.
Which takes me to my next question. I know you were going around looking for the best of the best beauticians. What I've noticed with Uber is that they took out a lot of taxi businesses, man. Like a lot of taxi businesses, which I believe that they should, because I use, you know, public service very often, right? So I love Uber. How do people, is there a screening process like how Uber has for their drivers? Like, what's the screening process if somebody wants to join the ManeStream app world?
So my last company I was with before I left to be full-time ManeStream was a partner with Google. I was trained by Google every 3 months. I would go fly to California and Google would train me. And one thing they taught me, along with a million other things, but one thing stuck. And he said, case everything. I said, what's case? Copy and steal everything. That's what Google taught me. And I mean that by when I built this company, the first thing I did was I went to the Uber headquarters, the Philadelphia one, and I signed up as an Uber driver.
Smart.
I videotaped the entire process. I saw what questions they asked. Where was the background check? You know, what did I have to do? How long was the process? How long did it take me? All these things I still have them in my notes in my phone today. 3 pages long, know every little piece of the process to understand, because I was going into this blind, right? This is something new. I'm literally building a disruptive new piece of technology that no one in this industry really had developed. So I needed a starting point, and that gave me a starting point. So with that being said, full background checks, when providers sign up. They all get vetted and verified. I have a team of 2 people who actually run that process. So actually right now, in the open part of the office, I have, I think, like 4 or 5 beauty professionals there right now doing hair, doing makeup, getting their kit inspected, making sure they're professional, asking them a series of questions to make sure they are who we want to represent our brand. So all that's happening all day long. So I think we have 8 people coming in today.
All right, so there's a screening process, right? And let me see. I had another question I wanted to ask you, man. Well, you did say, I see one of your quotes here, bye-bye salon, hello ManeStream. So that's literally what you're doing, right? So, you're going through, you must.
Where did you see that?
I don't know where I was doing, maybe I seen it on one of your interviews or something like that, but it says, on your Instagram. On your Instagram, yeah.
So I'm going to tell you the story about that slogan. We have decided as a company to work with salons. We love salons. We love the salon owners. We said, listen, ManeStream is an opportunity for you to make more money. So if you own a salon, every chair is real estate to you.
Oh, yeah.
If there's someone behind the chair, a hairdresser that doesn't have any appointments, she's not making any money. He or she is not making any money. So you're losing money. You're vacant. So we've worked with salons, but from a marketing perspective, which is my background and what I know, I want to get more aggressive. That was the process of getting more aggressive. And it's great to play, we're all on the same mission, which we are. But it's also, from a marketing standpoint, I like to throw stuff out there that kind of shakes things up a little bit.
All right. Yeah, this is really good, man. And like I was saying before, I also thought it was, I thought it was local, actually. So 2 things I had wrong. I thought it was just in the Philadelphia, New Jersey area. And I also thought you was only doing hair. But I went on the website, man. You guys are literally, this is one of the best pieces of technology that I've seen. Well, the most creative piece of technology that I've seen in a while, right? You're knocking out, let's just say it, man. You're going to kick down the doors of the hair industry, the makeup industry, the massage industry, nails. I see men's grooming also. And the cool thing about it is that you're making these artists happy, right? And you're putting profit. You're creating a win-win situation, essentially, right? And I know that has some type of effect on your confidence. And also the vision that you have for the company is actually helping people. Whether you put these salons and makeup industry out of business at all, you're actually helping the people.
So one of the biggest blessings of this company for me is that not only am I able to help the beauty professional, but the partnerships I'm able to make now, as an example, yesterday I got an email from CHOP, Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania. They're finalizing their initiative to allow on-location beauty services for the children, like to get their hair cut and stuff in the hospital. The CHOP emailed us yesterday and said, hey, I heard about ManeStream. You guys are doing an incredible job. We want to bring you in and be an exclusive partner for this initiative. The opportunity to work with these companies that are doing something great and helping people and to be able to give back. At the end of the day, companies grow, companies fail, companies become billion-dollar companies, some $500 million, some $1 million, some flop. At the end of the day, to be able to, during this journey, be able to give back and help others, it's incredible. And I'm leading that charge. I'm able to do that and say, all right, we're going to have an event. We're going to raise money for this cause. And we do it and we execute it and we're able to give back. There's no better feeling. There's no better feeling in the world.
And this is, you know Gary Vaynerchuk? You know Gary V?
Yes.
Hey, Gary V, it's only a matter of time, man. I see this, I see you on the cover of Forbes, man. I see you in the Rob Report somewhere. This is literally one of the best ideas that I've seen in a long time. And I just want to salute you, man. And I know we got to get out of here. However, I had just another couple questions I wanted to get to. All right. You said, let's see. All right. So all around the world, I saw that somewhere. Is that where you guys are looking to take it, or are you also in some other countries right now?
So we are looking to take it there. Right now we have providers in 42 states. So we're transacting across the country right now.
Okay.
And, it's growing substantially. We're starting to do our marketing efforts in New York. We're fully launched in Manhattan now, which is incredible. I mean, our business is doubling, week over week. It's incredible there. And then Southern Florida is another area where we're focusing on marketing efforts. We were picked up by Mashable.com that did an article on us online, and then we were featured on their Snapchat feed. So when you went to the Mashable.com Snapchat feed, the news feed, we were on there. We had people in Dubai, Honolulu, South America, England, across the world signing up for our platform. It was incredible. So that showed us that they want it. We are planning in our go-to-market strategy to expand overseas at the end of 2017. I want to own this market, execute the United States, really grow market share at a rapid pace, and then be able to drop down overseas.
Man, listen, I don't know how you're going to take this, bro, but just seeing your progress over the years, it's like extremely inspiring, because in a generation today where so many people are just trying to get the shiny objects, right? And they're trying to shortcut the work ethic. Man, anybody who actually has seen you grow has to be inspired, man, from the way that you travel the world to the people that you impact, the families that you're helping, man, just by providing this service. It's really incredible. I believe it was on the Mashable. You just brought up Mashable, that one of the things that you really enjoyed about this service is that if you have an event set up and you miss an appointment, like your beautician or your barber is not available, like for whatever the reason, they're stuck in traffic or whatever, or they get sick. This is really a great tool, because this actually happened to me, bro. Listen, I had an event that I was hosting a couple weeks ago. I need to get my beard done, right? My barber, for whatever the reason, wasn't there. Did that happen to one of your customers and you guys ran with, or was this in your vision early on when you started?
So is your question to ask about the on-demand and that last minute type?
Yeah, the last minute deal.
Interesting enough. So what I was trying to pull up on my phone, but I've got too many messages. We just had a review on our wedding page on the Knot. Someone just left a review last week, and it said, OMG, ManeStream is absolutely amazing. They saved my day. My biggest day of my life, they saved it. And it goes on and on. This big paragraph, and she talks about my hair and makeup person that was supposed to come to my wedding to do my hair and makeup got sick and was in the hospital, and I had no other option. I went on Google, looked for someone to do hair and makeup, and ManeStream popped up, and we showed up, and we were with her the whole day. She loved it. She felt beautiful. She was able to enjoy her day and not stress out. We made it wonderful for her, and she was just ecstatic and blown away with what we were able to accomplish. That's amazing. But when I launched this company, I had two options. I said I could be an on-demand company that provides last-minute services for these situations, which used to happen to me all the time. I just am so busy and on the go. When I needed a haircut, I didn't have time I couldn't schedule a week out, because if I did, my day would change anyway. I couldn't schedule out. I knew if all of a sudden I had 2 hours, I was like, all right, I'm going to go take care of my haircut and get that out the way. But it was impossible to get an appointment. So I said, I can launch as an on-demand company, which all these companies out there were launching an on-demand company. I'm doing research. You couldn't get anything in 45 minutes. Everything you had to book a day or 2 days out. It wasn't truly on demand. So I said, I'm launching as the world's first true on-demand beauty platform. And that's what I'm going to market with. That's exactly what I did. It was hard as heck. Because think about it. Supply and demand. I had to build up this supply, but I needed them available, ready to go at the drop of a dime. It was tough. days I was banging my head against the walls, like, oh, why did I launch like this? I could have just put this scheduler out and gone the easy route. And I pushed like that for almost a year. I pushed like that. I built the team. I had to build it bigger. I had to overbuild the team because I needed people to be on demand and ready to go. What it did was it gave me a competitive edge to go to market and to push out to our investors, our big differentiator. But what I also started seeing after almost a year into it, the other companies that started popping up, they had the schedulers built and they were trying to come to on demand. They were trying to figure out that on demand piece, which even though it was hard as heck, I figured out first. I forced myself to go the hard way and figure that on demand piece. 4 months ago, I dropped in a scheduler, which our tech team built from scratch, and the business went like that.
And that's I know you got to get out of here, bro. And I had two questions for you. One is really simple, and you was on Instagram maybe a year or two ago, and you recommended a book called Blue Ocean Strategy. This is a quick, simple question. What book are you currently reading?
It's funny. The book that I'm currently reading, I have 3.
Okay.
How to Build a $1 Billion App, which I'm upset that I just started reading because after the first 6 chapters, I realized I went through all of it. Like, it's real. Like, you read that book, and if you're going to build a company, you're going to go through those stages. I wish I read it a year ago. There's another book that I got from California at a big venture capitalist event. One of the authors was there, and it was called, I believe it's called It's Never Too Late to Start Up.
Okay.
And that's more for people that want to start up and want to grow a company, but they don't know if it's too late for them. So it kind of talks about that. And then the third one is how to be an articulate, how to be an articulate leader. How to when you speak, how to get your message across clear. All the little things. I'm in front of people a lot. I'm in front of, whether it's a group of people or individuals, but I need to be as effective and efficient as possible. And anything I can learn to make myself a little bit better is going to make us a lot more successful as a company. So.
Well, thank you, Santos, CEO and founder of the ManeStream app. And this has been really good, man. Thanks for hanging out with me here at Starbucks. And is there anything that you would like to leave with the people in regards to what we should know about the ManeStream app?
You know what? Just give it a try. Listen, we are changing an entire industry, right? The experience that you're going to get from the ManeStream app, to have someone come to your home and do these services like you're a celebrity at a lower than the salon price, you're going to be hooked. So what I'll do is I will give you a promo code that you can have yourself, that you can maybe push out to your followers and viewers, and then we'll give out a bunch of discounts for people to try our services.
I appreciate that, man. And what do? I hear you say what? Tap that app, right?
Yeah, just tap that app. Tap that app. Hair, nails, makeup, massage directly to your home, office, or hotel in 45 minutes or less. All you have to do is just tap that app, and a beauty professional is on her way, and we'll take care of you.
All right. Well, we'll definitely get the link, the discount code, send it out to the audience. Again, you're here with Santos Gonzalez, founder and CEO of the ManeStream app. You may have seen him on Fox 29, Good Day Philadelphia, Channel 6 ABC, and every other place, and expect to see him a whole lot more places. I see you on the Forbes list, man. Congratulations, and thank you for being here with us, man.
All right. See you soon. Thank you.